Well, a very good morning and welcome to News Check on this particular day. Of course, this particular week has seen a lot of conversation following from what President William Ruto did at State House Nairobi following the repatriation and compensation of victims of spanning from 2017 to 2025 from the police officers, the people who are injured in terms of the repatriation and compensation methods that will be used by none other than the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. Of course, this coming in the backdrop of the June 25th. Now, the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights presented a report on the framework for repatriation for victims of human rights to President William Ruto, detailing the compensation mechanisms to victims of police brutality and police-related, protest-related abuses. Also, from that particular adventure, the police officers will also be compensated. Those who were injured during those particular fracases from 2017 all the way to 2025, where 2 billion restorative justice programs has been verified for 1,101 beneficiaries. Now, some of the commission's verified victims across the 6 categories included deaths, which were 245, sexual violence 75, torture 135, freedom and security of the persons. This includes police officers as well, 473, rights to property 138, and enforced disappearance standing at 35. Now, some of the compensation tiers that the commission will be following and the panel of experts that were appointed by President William Ruto will be ranging between 50,000 to a maximum of 2.5 million, depending on the severity of that particular violations that were committed from 2017 all the way to 2025. Now, this coming in the backdrop of the commemoration of June 25th, where affected families and civil society groups on June 18th. If you remember that particular story, we aired it live for you, where a section of protesters handed a notice to the National Police Service at Jogoo House. The notice informs authorities of a peaceful nationwide demonstrations and the memorial marches to Parliament for June 24 protest victims. Joining us this morning to discuss more on this particular issue is none other than Isa Mohamud, the Nairobi Regional Police Commander. RC, karibu sana.
Asante sana. Thank you.
Okay. And also we do have Pascal Wambua, a youth leader from Kilome constituency. Pascal, karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
And then also a very familiar face here with us is none other than Simon Osumba, the County Commissioner of Nairobi North. Simon, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Now, Arsi, let me start with you. Given that you saw people went to Jogoo House to see your boss, the IG, the Inspector General of Police, Douglas Kanja. First of all, can you confirm to the people who are watching you right now if the National Police Service has received the notice and accepted the notice for June 25th?
Thank you. We have not received any notification. I want to confirm that we have not received any notification at the Central Police Station or any police station within Nairobi for June 25th. Notification is a requirement. It's provided under Section 5 of the Public Order Act that any person who wishes to engage in a demonstration or a protest should notify the police. And the notification should include the purpose of the demonstration. It should also include date, time, and the routes, and also the names of the organizers. This is a requirement by law. We have not received any.
But RC, you see, now the statements you're making is quite shocking. Then the people who went, the affected families who went to your boss's office, that document they presented to the IG, is that not a notice?
By law, it says you notify the OCS. I don't know what petition, what they took to the Inspector General. I'm not aware. But they were directed to go to the police station. And they never came to the police station.
Okay.
They left there, and we never saw them. So we don't have any notification.
And the IG has not communicated anything to you?
Nothing. So far, I'm not aware of any notification. So there's no notification. And once there's no notification, we're not aware of anything. We're just hearing on the social media something, but there's no notification.
Okay. Yes. We'll come back to that, RC. Before I come to you, Pascal, let me hear from the County Commissioner himself. That is Simon Osumba, the Nairobi North County Commissioner. County Commissioner, are you aware of any notice for June 25th?
No, I'm not aware. And I think as the regional police commander has aptly stated, that is a requirement. That must be, that the area officer commanding station must be notified. And we have central police station. There's nothing like that at the moment, unless they are planning to do so. Yes.
So even from the chain of command, from the county commissioners downwards to your officers and your juniors and officers, you have not received any notice?
Nothing.
On June 25th. Pascal, what do you make of this? Because you see the National Police Service is saying they have not received any notice. People calling out to June 25th. What do you make of all this?
First of all, let me greet our viewers from all corners of this great nation of ours, fellow taxpayers. So I've heard from the security personnel that the notice has not reached them, but it's all over the place that June 25th is our official day for the commemoration of the young people we lost since during the 2024 demonstrations. Now that shows that there is a problem, because the far we are not willing to engage in some sort of confronting each other. It's time now to listen, agree that June 25th is our official day. It's only that we don't have, public holidays constitutionally announced by the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. It's only that the Gen Zs, we don't have our own Cabinet Secretary to announce that June 25th is our official holiday for commemoration of the young people we lost. And I think once everything has been done, Isa said he has seen on the social media, and young people will be there to do what is good for our country.
Yes. And Arthi, given that you've said you have not received any legal notice for June 25th, then what compliance do you expect on that particular day?
So, you see, the law requires that you notify the police. So if you don't notify us, we are not aware of anything. So if you come to the streets, we'll confront you, we'll remove you from the streets. And that's the confrontation they're looking for, because they have enough time, and they could have given us notification. And so they're the ones who are calling for, it is a holiday. It's not a holiday. That means people are ready to, they're the ones who are advising the public to stay at home and all this. But it's not a holiday, it's not a recognized holiday. Nowhere in the Constitution or any act that says that tomorrow is a holiday. You see, an armed and peaceful, process or demonstration is guaranteed. It's a constitutional requirement under Article 37 of the Constitution. So, outside that, we're going to deal with them. Period. Yes.
Okay, Arasi, in terms of ensuring that the protesters, because at the end of the day, they could come out, and if they are peaceful at the end of the day, they're not carrying any batons, they just want to march and lay wreaths.
You see, let us come to a peaceful, the key element of peaceful demonstration. The key element of peaceful demonstration starts with requirements of notification. That is the key element of, they must be peaceful, they must be unarmed, there's no breach of peace, that means no chaos, no riots, no public disorder, no threat to life and property. All these things are requirements. So if these things are absent, it's one of them, you have to comply with the police directions and guidance of the police. That is a requirement of the law. It's not my own making. It's under the Public Order Act. So in the absence of that, then it is unlawful. Then we go to the next step. And the next step might not be very good. We don't want confrontation. It's not our wish to confront the young men. And whoever is pushing them to violence, and they don't want us, to follow the law, then that we have to confront them because we will not accept any lawlessness and disorder in the city. So they have to disperse, without any other further actions. Yes.
County Commissioner, in the eventuality they come out on June 25th, what are some of the measures that Ngao officers have put in place to ensure not only the rights of the protesters, but also the rights of those people who are not demonstrating are protected?
Thank you so much. Maybe just to respond to what Pascal has alluded to about the proclamation of a public holiday. You know, that is the preserve of the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. So whatever he's saying there is an illegality. The holiday is only declared by the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and who goes ahead to gazette it in a Kenya Gazette notice. So that in itself is an illegality. But back to what you asked, I think the regional police commander has told you that whether it is a peaceful march or protest, the notification has to be there. What we'll make sure as the Minister of Interior, at the Ngao, in liaison with the police, is to make sure that there is law and order. There is no interference with the Kenyans who are going with their daily activities. Remember, we have people who work, we have the business people, and we must continue with our activities, yes. And that's why we are urging those who have no business coming to town to stay wherever they are, to continue with whatever they are doing. Yes.
Pascal, your views on the same, but also RC is saying no notice, then what is going to happen on June 25th is unlawful, and if they are forced, they will confront the people who will come out out of the streets. So in terms of ensuring that some sort of a resolution is reached, what should people do now? The people, like the civil society organizations that went to the IG's office before even come to you. RC, is there time to bring the notice now? Because today is on Tuesday.
It should be not less than 3 days, not more than 14 days. Yes. I think they're outside the time, and it's good to inform the public that this year we got notifications as follows. We had charity processions. We had 36 of them this year. We had ceremonies and celebrations. We had 34. We had public demonstrations and protests, 62, which we guided them through the city, and they presented their petitions. And today, we have the Widows' Day. It's a Widows' Day. And we are escorting them to all the relevant offices, and we started with them. Yesterday, part one, we had the Universal Health, employees, and we escorted them up to Afia House, back to Parliament, back to Governor's Council of Governors' office, and we give them all until they were able to take their petitions. That is what is called peaceful demonstration. What is outside that is not a peaceful demonstration. People want disorder. Even if, for example, all countries in the world have public order. Even in your house, there's an order. You cannot come and urinate in the sitting room. No, there's an order. There's a toilet. There's a bedroom. There's a master bedroom. There's room for the children. There's a kitchen. You cannot come and start cooking out there. That is a disorder already. So the same for the country. Every country has a Public Order Act. So the Act says that you notify. We're not giving permission. That's not permission. No. We don't give permission. But you notify us 3 days in advance. That's Section 5 which says like that. If you fail, then it's an offense again. And there's a fine of even 20,000. That's what the Act says. If you fail to notify us. So, but people want to. However, maybe Gen Zs might have good intentions. Lakini, kuna people who want to take advantage. The people who are seeking, political relevance,
Who are these?
There's so many people. You can see who was with them, and you can see, we're not saying the victims or the parents or the victims. Those are few people. They can come and we can even escort them. But there's so many others. We have intelligence reports that they have been going to the universities. Why are you paying money to people to demonstrate? Why are you paying money? Why are you looking for students? They're only medical students or the engineering department. Even in Nairobi University next to you, we have, most of the students are not there. But people are looking for students, Some of the MPs are looking for students. Some of the politicians are looking for students so that this can be violent.
Then why not arrest them?
Yes, we have started arresting them. Even last night we have arrested an MCA. So arrests are going on. And we will arrest before that day. For sure we will arrest many.
Could you confirm the name of the MCA for us?
I will confirm shortly.
Okay, Pascal, in terms of ensuring what RC is saying, it is peaceful at the end of the day, how can that be achieved on that day?
First of all, June 25th, it's not demonstrations as it is being said. We are commemorating the young lives that we lost. Those young people who were killed, who were injured, fighting for the rights of many Kenyans who in one way or the other, they did not show up to fight for their rights. So it's not a demonstration. We are celebrating those legends of ours. And we are doing so peacefully. We are not confronting anybody, and we are not here to showcase that we are stronger than any entity. At the end of the day, we are all Kenyans, and we cannot forget where we were 2 years ago. So the best way to progress as people of this great country of ours is, first, we acknowledge that things did not go well in 2024. Makosa ilifanyika kidogo, and how can we now progress? Those parents who lost their young people, they were there in the presenting some documents to the IG. What were they advised, and is that not a notification that can be taken into consideration? Because in the eyes of the young people is that they are ready for June 25th. They are not ready to confront the police. They are not ready to engage in unlawfulness. We are just ready to celebrate those members of the society we lost.
And also, Simon, your Ngao officers. Ngao officers, actually, you're a bridge between the people and the government itself. So to bridge that gap and ensure that trust, not only in men in uniform, but also even in the government, how can you bridge and ensure that the youth of this particular country can conform to the ideologies you're setting out?
Thank you so much. What we, as the Minister of Interior, has been doing through our barazas and meetings, which are nowadays very interactive, we invite all categories. The youths have always participated in our meetings. And what we've been urging the youth, first of all, to see themselves as Kenyan. The patriotism in them is what we really need to see. If all of us are patriotic, then we should be able to reach a common understanding on any issue. I think with regard to the issue of what happened in 2024, I think His Excellency the President did a proclamation, and we see some goodwill. And we expect now the youths to take that positively and now start engaging even with us on matters to do with development. That is what we encourage. And that we are trying to do even up to the grassroots level. Remember, now we have village elders, which you are aware that from next month, from July, they'll be getting a monthly stipend, courtesy of the Jukwaa la Usalama initiatives, which the CS Interior conducted last year in the whole country. And once we have those village elders, we expect that even the youths at the village level, they should be able to recognize that village elder, so that if there are any issues, they start coming up from that level, so that we are able to address. And you know, Nairobi is so unique. The village, even within CBD, we have village elders who make sure that that gap is bridged. Because besides the Deputy County Commissioner charge of Stare, we also have an Assistant County Commissioner within the CBD and the chiefs, plus the village elders, who now bridge the gap. And if Pascal and the generation, the youth generation, if they can embrace that, then we should be able to address some of these issues. Yes. Yeah.
The same question to you, RC. How do you bridge that gap between you as officers? Because at the end of the day, these are your kids. These are your children at the end of the day.
Our children. But, you know, we have a country to protect. And we have to protect life and property. And what happened in the last 2 years is not a peaceful protest. We would like, if anybody wants to know what a peaceful protest is, maybe they come and then we teach them, so that we take them through what a peaceful protest is, so that it has to be peaceful, it has to be unarmed, it has to be orderly, non-violent. You know, you comply with police conditions. We tell you take this route, leave this route, we stop you. We make others pass. We create a route for you. This is, you know, we're respecting the rights of all. Not, you're taking the whole day. You're inconveniencing everybody. There are no businesses, and even emergency vehicles cannot move. And sometimes, other groups come. Rifle groups come, and we have chaos. We don't want to have chaos, and we will not accept that in the city. We have a mandate to do. We will prevent any violent gatherings, any unlawful action. That's the mandate we have as a police, and we will do it without fear or favor. Yes. And but you see, the Ministry of Education should do a civic education to what a peaceful protest means in compliance with the law. We're ready to go to schools and even teach them, so that but these things are hijacked by politicians. And now we're getting some information which are very scary. We're getting that there's serious infiltration on the groups who want to protest. That criminals are now want to infiltrate. So now when we have some disgruntled, people want to cause more problems.
Have you identified these people?
Yes, some of them. Yes, we're looking for them. The CID, the DCI team are working around the clock, and you will see serious arrests in the coming days before that 25th. But our position is that we have not been notified, and if you don't notify us, it is unlawful. That is our position. No other shortcut.
Nimeona umedodge swali yangu ya trust. So how do you build trust with the public? Because at the end of the day, as police officers, you depend on the people. They are actually they police the community.
Yes, our business
before
is
you come
people.
in.
Our business is people. But you see, we don't allow disorder. So you say so that maybe we're looking for trust. That's not the way. We have to be orderly. We have to be. Our actions have to be lawful. When everything is in line, that's the time now we come closer to each other. But if you are doing something wrong and it's illegal, then when I come, you say no, there's no trust. No, that is not the way. First of all, we are all Kenyans, and we have to respect the Constitution and the law. So, you want to do this, you come. So we plan, the timings, we plan, and the routes we are going to take. But you have not come. You don't want to come. Your intention is to cause chaos. That is not allowed. We will confront you with all the necessary force.
Okay. Then how do we move forward?
First of all, I don't think I look like a person who is intending to bring chaos, either in Nairobi or anywhere. But the thing is, this June 25th celebration is not a celebration for Nairobi alone. It's a celebration that should be in all the counties. So the most important thing is that we have to search for a common ground. The police is saying this, the young people are saying this, the civil society is saying this, the government is saying this, the media has got also their own opinion, but searching for a common ground is what is important for us all here. Because at the end of the day, June 25th must be celebrated. And if we are not celebrating, then we are failing those people who died fighting for the rights of Kenyans. We are failing the parents. We are failing the young people who showed up in large numbers to fight for their rights. So it's not a manner, of course, yes, some people might take advantage of that and infiltration of criminals, of people with ill motives or with the intentions of causing chaos. Now, those are the commissioner said about politicians who have got some hidden agenda. Those are the people you should be focusing on them and leave the young people to do their thing peacefully. And this time we want to make it a bit entertaining. So we welcome you all to celebrate from wherever you be.
Okay. No, I know you're itching. Let's give the commissioner a chance. I know you're itching to respond. Okay, Sisi, in terms of moving forward now, what should be the first step to ensure that there is that harmony? How do we move forward from here?
Thank you so much. I think moving forward is we must have continued engagement with all sectors. This week, last week, we had a meeting with the business community, and their concerns they had is that at any given time their demonstrations, their businesses are destroyed, their businesses are looted. We also had an engagement with the border, and the concerns were the same, that during that time they cannot be able even to transport their clans from point A to point B. So moving forward, we must just have continuous engagement. I'm looking forward to having Pascal in one of our forums so that we are able to engage further. More so, if you look like within Nairobi region, the government through the Nairobi River Regeneration, quite a number of youths are working within that program, the Climate Works. Besides that, recently the Nyota launch. So there is a way the youths have been incorporated so much that they need to appreciate. And you can only appreciate by working with this government, which is doing all this good. So I still encourage them, we should be able to engage moving forward and ensure that we live in harmony and we live peacefully. Yes, the Gen Zs are our brothers and sisters. Yes, so we must live as one nation. And stay together. Yes.
Okay, RC, as you respond now, I know you are itching to respond. Now you can respond, but also, where are the rights of those officers, even who got injured, and maybe they are feeling they want to be represented on June 25th? Where are their rights?
First of all, the alleged second commemoration, demonstration, I want to say that are not intended to be peaceful. These are a deliberate and coordinated scheme to incite violence. Paralyze the city, undermine the authority, and endanger innocent lives. So I appeal to the parents to restrain and guide their children. Because you want to celebrate and you want to cause more chaos. And the intention, we're trying to look at the intention of the demonstration, it is not peaceful. Because we have a bad history, and to the youth, they should not allow themselves to be used and discarded by people who are chasing political relevance or dreams. So their lives are more important than anything else. When they suffer alone as an individual. Ukipoteza mtoto utapoteza mtoto yako, si ati ulipoteza mtoto ya watu wengine. Wenye wanakusukuma uende ufanye violence, nataka walete watoto yao huko wakuwe mbele, and we know them. Hakuna mtoto yao mmoja ambaye kuja mbele, hawataka wakuje mbele because they want to save their children and they want to make use of other, waue watoto ya watu wengine. Kwa hiyo maandamano, police ni kama jamii tu, is part of the society. Anaumia, anakufa, and we pass all this, so atapata haki yake kama wananchi wengine. But hata sisi wazazi wetu walikufa na we celebrate them at home bila shida. Even all of us, we can even celebrate at home bila shida. Hata tukisema ya Gen Z, hata kwani tusifanya tukiwa kwa nyumba, lazima tukuje kwa street ndo tuibe mali ya watu, tuvunje mali ya watu. Hiyo sasa ni mambo mengine hiyo. So mimi, I'm not for that. Let's choose peace. Let's just choose lawfulness, then nchi iendelee mzuri.
Okay. Yes. Let me gather your final thoughts, given that we're wrapping up the show. Let me start with you, Pascal. Your final remarks as we depart.
The young people of this country have been ready for engagement. You remember in 2022, we had a very peaceful elections, right? And the young people took part in ensuring that this country, we are not going to go back to chaos again. And we actualized that. Through our initiatives, personally, I took part in peace campaigns, preaching peace. In as much as we say the work of peacekeeping belongs to the police. The police alone cannot bring peace if the people they want to protect are not engaging, they are not listening to each other. So I echo what the commissioner has said, that people can celebrate the loss of their loved ones everywhere they are, including in their homes. Yes, we encourage people, those who will not be able to join in the towns, they can celebrate in their homes. And also those officers who were injured, they can still join us. We form a collaboration, a collabo between the police, the people. We celebrate where we have come from. And the best way to, because we have seen compensation, the best way to compensate those people who have left us is ensuring that no more loss of lives, no more injuries, no more chaos when people are fighting for what they think is their rights. So as we continue, let's have some sort of genuine engagement. We have got only one country, Kenya, which belongs to all of us. And remember, we are gearing towards next year's elections, and it is the young people who will be there to protect the country. And this time round, we want to make it peaceful and also sweet. So tourists, foreigners, we don't want to hear travel advisories that Kenya is having elections, don't travel to Kenya. We don't want to hear that again. Because at the end of the day, the young people will suffer more because we don't have jobs. At the end of the day, you people, you'll get your payment. If the young people don't work for that day, they may end up even not getting anything to eat that day. So we want peace. We are ready for peace, and we will preach peace because we have been doing that. We'll continue doing that even after we celebrate our brothers and sisters, and even as we prepare for next year's general election.
Okay, County Commissioner.
Thank you so much for hosting us and giving us this platform to talk to our viewers. And the assurance we are giving them is that for the Nairobi residents, please just come out and go on with your activities on 25th and even afterwards. And to Pascal, I know we are going to elections next year, and I want to thank them. Through the Nikokadi initiative, they really mobilize themselves towards the voter registration. I want to thank them for that. But moving forward, we must not start building emotions. We must not start mobilizing and being used by leaders in the name of preparing for elections to start dividing our people. We should not, the youth should not agree to that. They should remain focused and aim the goal. And the goal which we all have is to build our country together, and we must build it together with the youth and with all the generations, because Kenya belongs to all of us. And I think that is what the government has been propagating. And as the Minister of Interior, we are there to make sure that the goals and the ideals of that is attained.
Okay. Let me give 1 minute to the RC. I'm being told to wind up, but RC says kuacha. Because you see, a few weeks back, you addressed a gathering of protesters. You do remember,
Yes.
in the CBD. You talked to them, you calmed them down, but
Yes.
you told them, we'll give you a few officers to help you continue with your demonstrations. Why don't you do that on Thursday? Come and address, because you said those are your children at the end of the
You
day.
see, in Europe, we have told you we have experienced demonstrations from time to time. And the Constitution allows peaceful assembly, and that's called 37. And as a police, we facilitate lawful demonstrations. And we protect demonstrators and the public. But once we have credible intelligence that criminal elements have infiltrated demonstrations and that people are mobilizing, there are people opportunistic, individuals who are mobilizing and financing disorder, maybe for selfish gain.
Okay.
So this is where now we say, no, this is not allowed.
Okay.
And we will not allow it, and we will use whatever force we can to make sure that there's order.
Okay.
But for now, there's no notification. That is the first requirement.
Okay.
Hamuna. So kama hamuna, sasa, then it's unlawful. Watu wakae kwao.
Okay, thank you so much.
Asante.
Ever candid, that is the Nairobi Regional Police Commander Isa Mohamud. He speaks like that, by the way, if you meet him along the streets. Also Simon Osumba, the County Commissioner, Nairobi North, rather. Thank you so much, Sisi, for coming in, as well as Pascal, Kilome Constituency Youth Leader. Thank you, gentlemen, for making time for us. You have just heard it there from KBC Channel 1. That is the developing story that the National Police Service has confirmed through the Nairobi Regional Police Commander that they do not have notice for June 25th, this Thursday. We are waiting to see what will happen on that particular day. We'll give you a wall-to-wall coverage on what transpires until that particular day reaches. That concludes our news checker this morning. Do join us, of course, in our subsequent bulletins, but don't go too far. Kurunzi Mashinani, and of course, later on at 1 p.m. we'll be bringing you stories making headlines at this hour. For now, good morning.
Thank you.
The FIFA World Cup 2026, hosted by the Triumvirate of Canada, Mexico and the United States of America, promises to be blissful. Explore the most exciting edition of the tournament to date as 48 teams from around the globe compete in 104 fixtures across 16 host cities. We celebrate culture, friendship, and more importantly, monetizing talent at this first ever Tri-National World Cup from 11th of June to 19th of June.